The backlash against Katy Perry is not ending, with both Joe Rogan and Martha Stewart chiming in over the weekend, along with PR experts who are claiming the singer may face career extinction.
Katy!
Katy Perry's space adventure was all over the news, but not everyone was excited about it. American podcaster Joe Rogan had some harsh words for the pop star, mocking her trip to space and calling her a cosmic guru. His comments set off a huge online debate, with fans jumping to Katy's defense. But what really sparked this clash between the two? Let's take a closer look at this wild feud. First, let's set the stage. Katy Perry recently became one of the few celebrities to venture into space aboard a commercial flight. The singer documented her trip with stunning photos of Earth, heartfelt reflections, and a touch of humor that only she could pull off. One of her most shared captions read, "From up here, you realize we're all just tiny specks floating on a rock. It's humbling and beautiful." Fans adored it. Social media platforms buzzed with hashtags like Katy in Space and Cosmic Katy. People praised her for making space exploration seem accessible and exciting. To many, it was a refreshing change to see a pop star stepping out of their usual realm and doing something so ambitious. But as with anything in the age of the internet, not everyone was on board with Katy's interstellar adventure. Critics began to question the motives behind the trip. Was it a genuine desire to explore the universe? Or was it another publicity stunt? The debate gained momentum, with some calling her a space tourist, while others labeled her a trailblazer. Meanwhile, Katy seemed unfazed by the buzz. In an interview, she explained her decision to venture into space. "It's always been a dream of mine," she said. "I've always been curious about what's beyond our planet. When the opportunity came, I knew I had to take it. It wasn't about making a statement. It was about fulfilling a lifelong ambition." Her explanation struck a chord with many of her fans, who saw her journey as an inspiring message to chase your dreams, no matter how out of this world they may seem. Supporters defended her fiercely, pointing out that Katy had often used her platform to promote innovation and exploration, from her advocacy for STEM education to her partnerships with tech companies. Despite the controversy, the visuals and stories Katy brought back from her space trip captivated millions. Her heartfelt posts about Earth's fragility reignited discussions about climate change and environmental preservation. Scientists, activists, and celebrities alike echoed her sentiments, turning Katy in Space into a trending topic for more than just entertainment. Yet, the trip's cultural ripple effects didn't stop there. Katy's journey reignited an ongoing conversation about the role of celebrities in advancing science and exploration. Should public figures be the faces of such endeavors? Does their participation trivialize or amplify the importance of these missions? These questions took on an even sharper edge when Joe Rogan, the popular podcaster, weighed in. In his signature style, he added a layer of intrigue and controversy to Katy's celestial escapade, ensuring this story had more than its fair share of twists and turns. But not everyone was impressed. Enter Joe Rogan. On a recent episode of his podcast, Rogan didn't hold back his thoughts, dedicating a significant chunk of airtime to dissecting the celebrity space craze. Known for his unfiltered takes, he opened the discussion with a mix of humor and cynicism, quipping, "What's next? Influencers live streaming from the moon? Maybe they'll sell moon rocks as NFTs." As the conversation gained momentum, Rogan shifted his focus directly to Perry, calling her the guru of cosmic wisdom, with biting sarcasm. "Oh, Katy Perry goes to space, posts a few pretty pictures, and now she's our planet's ambassador?" he joked, earning laughs from his guests and listeners. But beneath the humor, there was a clear undertone of frustration. Rogan's critique wasn't just about Perry. It was about a broader trend. He argued that celebrities were reducing space travel to a spectacle, overshadowing the genuine efforts of scientists and astronauts who dedicate their lives to understanding the cosmos. Space isn't some backdrop for your next viral post, he said, his tone sharpening. It's the final frontier, a place for real discovery and exploration. Turning it into a vanity project? That's just, ugh. He didn't stop there. Rogan questioned the ethics of such trips, particularly their environmental impact. You're burning tons of fuel, creating massive carbon footprints, all for what? A selfie with the Earth in the background? He asked. If these celebrities really cared about the planet, they'd invest that money into solutions down here, not joyrides up there. His comments sparked a lively debate among his co-hosts and listeners. Some agreed wholeheartedly, voicing concerns about the commercialization of space. Others pushed back, arguing that celebrity involvement could inspire public interest in science and space exploration. Sure, Katy Perry isn't an astronaut, one guest countered, but her trip got people talking about space in a way NASA hasn't managed in years. Rogan wasn't convinced. He doubled down on his stance, emphasizing that space should remain a domain for genuine innovation and exploration. Let's not let this turn into another Hollywood playground, he warned. We have enough of those down here. The podcast episode quickly went viral, with clips of Rogan's remarks circulating on social media. Fans of both Perry and Rogan took to Twitter to weigh in, creating a digital battlefield of opinions. The hashtags Joe vs. Katy and Spacegate 2025 began trending, fueling even more speculation and controversy. While Rogan's comments divided opinions, they undeniably added another layer of drama to Perry's already headline-grabbing adventure. Whether he intended to or not, Rogan had ensured that Katy's space journey was no longer just a story about exploration. It had become a flashpoint in a broader cultural debate about celebrity influence, environmental responsibility, and the future of space travel. As expected, Rogan's comments unleashed a digital firestorm, with social media platforms lighting up with heated debates. Perry's loyal fan base sprang into action, flooding Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with posts defending the pop star's space escapade. Many pointed out that her journey had inspired millions to think about the universe in new ways. Katy's inspiring a whole new generation to dream big, one user tweeted. Joe needs to remember that not everyone can be a scientist or astronaut. Sometimes we need artists to make us feel connected to the stars. Another supporter clapped back at Rogan's critique, saying, "What's Joe doing besides sitting in a room complaining on his podcast?" At least Katy's out there, making history. Fans also emphasized the broader impact of Perry's adventure. She's made space exploration seem cool and accessible, an Instagram influencer shared in a reel. Kids who didn't care about space yesterday are now asking questions about it. That's a win, no matter how you look at it. Hashtags like Team Katy, Katy vs. Joe, and Space Inspo trended worldwide, amplifying Perry's supporters' voices. On the other hand, Rogan's fans were equally vocal, rallying behind his sharp commentary. Joe's just saying what everyone's thinking, one Twitter user posted. Space is serious business, not a playground for celebrities looking for likes. Memes featuring Rogan's quotes, "What's next?" Influencers live streaming from the moon? Spread like wildfire, often paired with photoshopped images of celebrities taking selfies in astronaut suits. The debate wasn't confined to fans. Prominent figures from the entertainment and scientific communities chimed in, adding their perspectives. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson subtly weighed in, tweeting, "The more people who get to see Earth from space, the better. Let's not lose sight of that." Meanwhile, another prominent podcaster joked, "I'm just here for the memes. Joe and Katy are giving us prime internet content right now." The back and forth showcased a stark divide in public opinion. Was Perry's space trip a meaningful step toward making space exploration mainstream? Or was it a vanity project overshadowing the real pioneers of the field? The conversation grew beyond Perry and Rogan, morphing into a broader cultural debate about celebrity influence, the commercialization of space, and what it truly means to inspire. As the dust settled, at least for a moment, it became clear that both Perry and Rogan had sparked something much larger than a personal feud. The conversation wasn't just about them anymore. It was about society's relationship with the stars, the role of public figures in shaping that narrative, and how far we're willing to go to bring the cosmos into our daily lives. Katy Perry wasn't about to let Joe Rogan have the last word. In a televised interview that aired on a major network, Perry took the opportunity to address his remarks head-on. Dressed in a sleek outfit adorned with subtle cosmic motifs, perhaps a nod to her space adventure, she responded with characteristic wit and charm. "Joe's entitled to his opinion," she said, flashing her signature smile. "Everyone is, but I'd like to suggest something. Maybe he should try going to space before he judges. It's easy to criticize when you're sitting comfortably on Earth." The room erupted in laughter, and the host, clearly amused, pressed her for more. Perry leaned into the moment, adding, "Honestly, I think he'd love it. Imagine Joe Rogan floating in zero gravity, debating aliens or whatever else he talks about. It would make for great podcast content." But Perry wasn't done. With a twinkle in her eye, she teased the idea of inviting Rogan on her next space trip. "Who knows?" she quipped. "Maybe seeing Earth from up there will open his mind a little. And if he still thinks it's just a publicity stunt, well, he can say it to my face at 62 miles above sea level." Her playful yet pointed remarks instantly went viral, with fans dubbing her the Queen of Clapbacks. Memes flooded social media, many featuring Perry in a spacesuit holding a mic, with captions like, "Mic dropped in zero gravity." The hashtag #KatyClapsBack trended within hours, as fans and celebrities alike weighed in on her response. "This is why we stand Katy Perry," one fan tweeted. "She shuts down the haters with style and humor." Another added, "Joe, you've just been called out. Time to suit up for space." Even some of Rogan's fans couldn't help but appreciate the humor. "Okay, that was a solid burn," one user admitted. "Joe might need to respond with something just as good, or she's won this round." The exchange elevated the feud from a mere critique to an all-out cultural moment, with both camps awaiting Rogan's potential rebuttal. Whether he would take her up on the offer remained to be seen, but one thing was certain. Perry wasn't just a pop star anymore. She was proving herself as a sharp, unflinching figure who wasn't afraid to go toe-to-toe with one of the most outspoken voices in media. And she did it all with a cosmic twist. Beyond the playful jabs and social media frenzy, the drama between Katy Perry and Joe Rogan has ignited a broader, more profound conversation. What is the role of celebrities in the future of space exploration? Supporters of Perry's cosmic journey see her as a gateway for public interest in science and technology. Katy Perry's space trip isn't just a selfie opportunity, argued one space advocate on a popular blog. It's a cultural moment. When someone with her platform steps into the unknown, it sparks curiosity in millions who might never have cared about space. Fans point to Perry's influence on younger audiences, suggesting her adventure could inspire future scientists, engineers, and astronauts. But critics see it differently. Rogan's remarks, while laced with humor, tap into a legitimate concern. Are celebrities turning the pursuit of the final frontier into a spectacle? Many argue that their involvement risks overshadowing the tireless efforts of scientists, engineers, and astronauts who dedicate their lives to exploring the cosmos. Space exploration is about advancing humanity's understanding, one astrophysicist tweeted, not about adding to your Instagram highlight reel. The debate doesn't stop at perception. It delves into the question of accessibility. With commercial space flights costing millions of dollars, these journeys remain out of reach for all but the wealthiest individuals. This disparity has sparked concerns about space becoming an exclusive playground for the rich and famous. Rogan's critique amplifies this sentiment. "It's not just about Katy Perry," he said in his podcast. "It's about a system where only the elite get to look down on the rest of us, literally and figuratively." Some have countered that celebrity involvement is a necessary stepping stone. "Every new technology starts with the wealthy," a tech analyst explained in a recent interview. As the industry grows, costs will come down, and space will become more accessible to ordinary people. Celebrities like Perry are accelerating that process by bringing visibility and funding. The debate has also touched on the environmental implications of space tourism. Critics argue that the significant carbon footprint of these trips contradicts Perry's message of appreciating Earth's fragility. "How can you preach about protecting the planet after burning tons of fuel for a joyride?" one environmental activist wrote. This layered discussion has transformed what began as a clash of personalities into a broader examination of ethics, economics, and the future of space exploration. Whether you side with Perry's vision of inspiration or Rogan's call for grounded priorities, it's clear that the stars are no longer just a distant dream. They're the center of an evolving cultural and ethical debate. The space industry itself finds itself divided over the growing involvement of celebrities in space travel. On one hand, some companies welcome the attention that public figures like Katy Perry bring. Their high-profile trips generate global media coverage, attracting potential investors and inspiring the public to think more seriously about space exploration. "Celebrities help shine a spotlight on our industry," one spokesperson from a major space tourism company remarked. "Their presence brings an energy and excitement that is invaluable in spreading awareness." However, not everyone in the industry is thrilled with the spotlight celebrities bring. Some industry veterans worry that the trend of celebrity space travel could overshadow the more serious and rigorous aspects of space exploration. An anonymous insider expressed concern, saying, "We need to ensure that the focus remains on scientific advancement and the incredible work being done to push the boundaries of what we know, not just on selfies from space." These differing viewpoints reflect a larger concern about the commercialization of space. While celebrity involvement certainly sparks interest, it risks reducing a monumental achievement to a mere marketing tool. With space becoming an increasingly lucrative sector, the challenge is balancing publicity with purpose and ensuring that the vision for space exploration stays true to its original goal: discovery, innovation, and the advancement of humanity. Meanwhile, the internet has turned this entire feud into pure entertainment gold. As expected, the drama between Katy Perry and Joe Rogan has taken on a life of its own across social media platforms. Memes, parody videos, and satirical accounts have flooded timelines, with each post adding another layer to the ongoing spectacle. One particularly popular meme shows a photoshopped image of Rogan and Perry in spacesuits, standing side by side with the caption, "Coming soon, the ultimate podcast showdown in zero gravity." The meme has quickly become a fan favorite, perfectly capturing the absurdity and humor of the situation. The creative chaos doesn't end there. Fans have taken the idea of a space podcast between the two personalities to a whole new level, imagining the possibilities of a crossover event. What if Katy Perry and Joe Rogan did a podcast from space together? One fan tweeted, "Now that's content I'd pay to see. The ultimate debate, who's the real space guru?" The idea of such an unlikely collaboration has caught fire, with others chiming in, joking about what topics they'd tackle in a zero-gravity setting. Would they talk about aliens, meditation, or just make fun of each other the whole time? Another fan mused. Some have even envisioned a full-fledged space podcast wars, imagining a series where different celebrities take their turns floating around Earth to argue over who owns the title of cosmic expert. It's a perfect blend of pop culture, space exploration, and internet humor, allowing fans to indulge in a lighthearted take on a serious issue. In a world where content is king, this public feud has provided endless material, and the internet's creativity has turned it into a spectacle that transcends the original debate. Whether fans are laughing at the playful exchanges or fantasizing about a spacebound podcast, one thing is clear: this is a drama that keeps on giving, with no signs of slowing down anytime soon. So, what's next? So, where does this story go from here? Will Joe Rogan double down on his critique? Or will he take Perry up on her challenge to experience space for himself? And will Katy Perry continue her cosmic adventures, perhaps becoming a spokesperson for space tourism? Before we wrap up, we want to hear from you. What do you think about this feud? Is Joe Rogan right to question the role of celebrities in space travel? Or is he being unnecessarily harsh? And what about Katy Perry's response? Was it the perfect way to handle criticism? Or could she have taken a different approach? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe